Hi, I'm Sharon Burns, owner and operator at RX Catering in the DC metro area, and we're here to cook with Sharon. A lot of you all have been commenting on all of our vegan options that we've been sharing, and thank you for that. I know you want more, so we have more for you. Who does not love spaghetti and meatballs? But you know what? The problem is when you make spaghetti and meatballs, a lot of times all we have are ground beef for our meatballs or ground turkey. If you do have a vegan or a vegetarian meatball option, it's 9 times out of 10, a lot of them in the store are made out of soy products. So we want to make sure that we have some other options. And so today, we got you covered. And I'm going to do a chickpea-based vegan meatball. So we have a few ingredients here. I've already gotten started with my sauce, even though with this particular recipe, with the sauce, you can cheat a little and go buy a bottle of ragu or what are some, I don't know, some other brands that are out there. But today I have already started this awesome marinara sauce, and we're going to use it a little bit later. But you know, the key to a good sauce is to let it simmer for a good period of time. So we're going to keep that going, but let's get started on our meatballs. So what I've done here is I've kind of pre-measured most of the ingredients, but you know, at RX Catering, what? We cook with love. So some of these are not already measured out, so you'll see me dibbling and dabbling as I prepare our base for the meatballs. Or not meatballs, veggie balls. So we have right here chickpeas. This is 2 cans of, I used Goya chickpeas. You can use any brand that you want, but the key to it is actually to rinse them thoroughly and then just let them sit. So before we do that, we're going to prepare one thing that's going to go in the actual meatball, or they're going to taste like meatballs. They're that good. So what we're going to do is we're going to take some flaxseed, and I've already pre-measured out my water right here. This is about a half a cup of water and about 3 tablespoons of ground flaxseed. So we're going to put that in here, and we're just going to mix this together, and we're going to let this sit for about 5 minutes while we're working on our chickpeas. So that'll be added momentarily. Let's put that to the side. And then now we're going to take our chickpeas, and like I mentioned before, if you do not have something like this, a food processor at home, all good, no worries. You're just going to be working a little bit harder today, and you will be mashing your chickpeas. Not with a plastic fork, but with some type of fork. We're going to make it easy for us today. So I'm going to take my chickpeas, and if you don't have something, high tech like this, it's all good. You can use a Vitamixer, you can use a Ninja, you could use a Bullet. There are different options that are out there for you. So we want to put our chickpeas in our food processor, and we're going to get them to a texture that is pretty much smooth. So you don't want, unless you just want some type of texture in your meatball or in your veggie balls, we're going to make it as smooth as possible. So in something like this here, this shouldn't take that long, but we're going to let it mix just a little bit longer. Again, you want it smooth, like a smooth texture. We'll keep it going just a little bit more. Okay, there it goes. Looking really good. Again, you know what? This type of meatball, gosh, I keep messing up. It's not a meatball, but like I said, it's going to taste like a meatball. So it's going to be that good. This veggie ball, this vegan ball, this is something, guys, that you can prepare a large quantity, and we're going to use it today for spaghetti and meatballs, but you can use these for a variety of different things. A meatball sub, you could use it if you're having an upcoming event and you want to do past hors d'oeuvres. A lot of times you do past meatballs on a platter, but we got a vegan option now for you. So this can be used in a multiple different ways. So the great thing about these two is that you can make them and you can freeze them. So that's even better. It's going to help with your meal prep. We've talked about that before, where you prep all this stuff, put it in the freezer. That busy mom that needs something to pull out in a pinch, all she has to do is what? Go to the store, buy a can of ragu or whatever favorite marinara sauce, boil some noodles, bam. She has her meatball or her vegan balls and her sauce all ready for the kids. You know they're ready to eat right when they get home. So, our chickpeas are good to go. So we're going to take our mixture out of the bowl, out of the RoboCoupe, and put it in a mixing bowl because we're going to add in the rest of these ingredients. And your texture of the chickpeas should be just like you see right here. It's kind of pasty. You can kind of form it into a ball already. But you know we have to add some other ingredients in to make it taste so good. All right, so what I have here, as I mentioned before, we're going to add in some garlic. We're going to add in some garlic we have right here. Wait, yep, garlic. You know, I get confused sometimes with the garlic and the onion powder. We're going to add that in. We're going to add in onion powder right here. And then we will add in, let's see, I have some salt. We're going to add in a little bit of salt. And, of course, black pepper. You can make it to your liking as far as, you know, the flavor profile. A lot of times with just regular beef meatballs, you have that Italian flavor. We're going to make ours today. I'm going to use an Italian type of flavor or seasoning, but I'm going to add in just a little bit of fresh basil as well. So this is an Italian seasoning kind of blend we'll add in. And if you want to jazz it up for future vegan balls, you could add in a little bit of crushed pepper. That'll add like a kick or a spice to it. Should have thought about that before. I would have added it too, but these are going to be just as good. We're going to add in just a little bit of fresh basil. So I've already pre-chopped this, and I think that's all we have here, except our mixture that we have put to the side, our flax seed, and then we have our nutritional yeast that we set aside. So we will add that. This is, I believe, like 3 tablespoons. So we're going to add that to our blend right here. And then we're going to add the original mixture that we put together. Pour all that together. And then we will mix. I'm going to use a spatula to get all the good flavor and ingredients in. You could take your hand if you wanted to and mix it. I have a spatula here which works just as well. I want to add in a little bit more basil, and we're going to actually bake these. So turn on your ovens to about 425, and once we get our balls rolled, we're going to bake them for about 20 to 30 minutes. Depending on your oven, you know, everyone's oven at home is a little bit different. Here, you know, we cook at higher temperatures for a lower or a shorter period of time because we have obviously commercial ovens here. So you're going to have to adjust based upon your home oven and the temperature. And you guys probably know how your oven works and operates. Okay, so we have our mixture here, and now what we're going to do is we're going to form our balls. So I have here, and if you don't have this at home, it's no problem, but I just took like a 1 ounce scooper here. And again, I think I mentioned this before that we have to portion out a lot of our food for our school that we service every day. And for meal prep, we want to make sure that we're having the right quantities and right portion size for the people that are really strict with their meal prep. We want to make sure that we are doing our job over here. So I have right here, like I said, a scooper, and we're just gonna scoop out some meatballs. And of course, before you do all this, unless you already have your meatballs already prepared at home and you're taking them out of the freezer, you want to make sure that you have your pasta. And today I have opted for just a regular spaghetti noodle, nothing fancy. I did not make this gluten-free, but you can, as you know, convert this to a gluten-free option by the pasta that you select to use. So we have our, what I did not do is, I have my sampling spoon. I just want to make sure that, okay. You know what? I want to add just a little bit more salt. I should have tasted that before. So it's all good. We're going to add in a little bit of salt and then a little bit more pepper. And I am going to go back on what I actually said earlier. I want my meatballs to have a little bit of spice. So I'm going to add in crushed red pepper. Okay, I don't have it readily available, but you know what I do have is cayenne pepper. So that's going to work just as well. I just won't put as much in. So it'll just have a little bit of a kick to it, more flavor than anything. And because you don't want just a boring old meatball that is veggie ball that is just bland and has no flavor. We want love. That's onion. Okay. This is garlic. All right. I think now we're rocking and rolling with our mix. So we're good to go with our meatballs, or scooping out our balls. I'll just try this. Okay, that's better. All right, so now we're going to start scooping. And like I said, we're going to make our balls and we're going to cook them or bake them for about 20 to 30 minutes. And you see, this scooper is so easy and it makes everything uniform. So like I said, you don't have to have this. It just makes life so much easier. And you can quickly scoop out all of our balls. And they're uniform. So like I said, this could be a great option for not only spaghetti and meatballs, but just any type of option where you're going to have a veggie ball, a meatball, any type of appetizer. Very versatile. So we're going to bake this, and then if you choose to make homemade sauce, and I can show you that on another episode. Very simple. If not, like I said, go ahead and just buy your favorite jar of sauce. It's all good. You can just doctor it up and make it your own. No one's going to know unless you tell them. So we're almost good, and then we're going to put it in the oven, and bam. We're not going to leave any, because like I tell everyone here that it's at RX Catering, we don't leave this extra because that's what money. We don't leave money in the bowl. We want to make sure that we get everything out and use it accordingly, because I'm not throwing money away. I know you aren't either. All right, so we are good to go. We have our vegan balls, as you see, and we're going to put them in the oven, like I said, for about 20, 30 minutes on 400 and 425 degrees. So let's get to putting in the oven, and we'll be back. Okay, our vegan balls have come out of the oven and I'm super excited to look at these. These look fabulous. So what we're going to do is we're going to plate now. We're going to mix it in our sauce. Remember, we had our sauce actually simmering. And like I said, you don't have to make homemade sauce like I did. You can always just get your favorite pasta sauce, marinara sauce from your local grocery store. So I've already made my noodles. We're going to plate it up. I actually sometimes will use gluten-free, or I like whole wheat pasta noodles. But we're going to just do the traditional spaghetti noodles. And I'm going to do a couple different things. I like to top my spaghetti with the sauce and the meatballs already in it, and then add extra sauce if needed. So I think I only need like 4 meatballs. I'm not that hungry right now. And we're going to mix it in our marinara sauce and make sure it gets all sauced up. I'm telling you, these kids or whoever you're trying to disguise our meatballs, veggie balls, they're not gonna know. It's so good and flavorful. So we're gonna take our sauce with our veggie balls, our vegan balls, and top our noodles. And then I have some fresh basil here. I'm going to add that, and then I'm going to put a little bit of extra sauce. Maybe I'll show you guys or tell you guys how to make this sauce. It's so simple. We're going to take a little bit of, I have some fresh basil here, like I said. I want to mince it just a little bit more. And if I had some parsley, I may use that as well. But since we have the fresh basil as a base in our vegan ball, we're just going to keep that flowing. So we have that on top, and then I have some Parmesan. Bam. There you have it. Spaghetti and meatballs, vegan style. So there you have it. So if you don't want to do this at home, no problem. You know, at RX Catering, we got you covered as always. And if you want us to prepare it along with any other option that may go along with this, please don't hesitate to reach out to us at www.rxcateringdc.co. As always, we appreciate you joining us today. Thanks.